It might happen to you, I don't know. You have celebrities all around you. Does it rub off on you at times, their celebrityhood?
Yes.
It does?
Does a little bit.
Huh.
You just start aiming higher in life. At least for me, that's what I've absorbed. Dr. Nene, Dr. Shriram Nene.
Yeah.
You know, if you followed his journey, like people on the surface know him as
Madhuri's
Dixit's
husband. Yeah.
That guy has one of the most incredible careers I've ever come across.
He's a doctor, medical doctor.
He began as a heart surgeon.
Yeah.
Flourished, I think did more than 10,000 heart surgeries.
In the US.
Yeah. After that, built a medtech startup, sold it, is living his second innings of life in India as one of the top angel investors in our country. Again, he's also in that Maslow's needs hierarchy, he's reached that point of self-actualization, which is also why he's doing content at this point. The kind of questions he asks, the kind of conversations you have with people like that definitely rub off on you. It answers so many of the questions you have as a 30-year-old who's providing for his family. You have like so many doubts, so many questions. You have this vision for your life and you don't know who to turn to. Then you turn to Dr. Nene, you turn to John Abraham, you turn to Nikhil Kamath. So it unlocks doors for you. That's the positive side of it. I would definitely say that the negative side is little things like, I think in Delhi, one is judged by the car that they're in. In Bombay, one is judged by the place that they live in. So while I have a beautiful house, some of my celebrity friends will be like, oh, why are you staying in Andheri? Now, how do I explain it to them that I've built out my whole setup here, my team lives here as well. So there's these little moments like that, but again, this is a very subjective journey. And the people you actually want to hang out with will ask you that question, but will still choose to hang out with you. Okay. So that's the kind of celebrities I really enjoy hanging out with. Otherwise, there's a whole layer of celebrities which is very surface level, which doesn't have the depth, behind what they've achieved. Sometimes they've just gotten lucky, I feel. They've definitely worked hard, they've definitely executed, but they've got far more success than their mindset would probably allow them in another profession. That's what I feel. Might be a slightly judgmental opinion, but they're not the people you want to hang out with anyway. Yeah. So the ones that you want to hang out with will always force you to grow. And I sense that with a lot of the cricketers I meet, because again, the salt of the earth. They're definitely very glamorous, wear the most expensive watches, travel in the most expensive cars, but there's that sense of mutual respect for being self-made. Okay. So and again, growth mentality, athlete mentality, that rubs off on you. John Abraham cut from the same cloth. So any of these people who are self-made, I have friends, Mrunal Thakur, Radhika Madan, all these people have come up themselves. There's a different frequency of conversation that you hit with them.
Yeah, do you switch off in the middle of a conversation sometimes? Do you go dead and like think, I need to wrap up, I'm done?
For me, I don't know, not in the middle of a conversation, because that's game time for me. Like I know that the footage that's being recorded on the camera is going to be a long-term legacy. It's going to pay the bills. It's going to pay the salaries. So I'm very, very switched on. What happens to me is I get very exhausted by the end of a podcast.
Yeah, it's draining.
Yes, that happens. But I don't know. My hormones don't let me switch off. I think that adrenaline is just firing so much that I'm very switched on. At the most, I will, if it's a terrible podcast, I might stop it at some point and say, hey, bro, please. Just give me better answers. You're not answering this well. I can work so 10 to 20% of the people, the remaining, it's a rejected.
Click here to watch the full episode.